Shout out to Omaha Steaks for sponsoring this update. Holidays mean lots of happy food, and you can be the food hero without needing Bruce Wayne money. You can get the family gift pack for $49.99. That is 75% off for this deal, and it is a lot of food. When you go to omahasteaks.com and enter our offer code, The Know, all one word, in the search bar. Welcome to The Know, I'm Mica. All aboard, everyone. The hype train is officially leaving the station for tonight's Game Awards show. With tons of games set for reveals, Hope Just Keighley is leaving some hints across the internet that we can keep those expectations nice and high. In addition to his numerous teases on Twitter, Keighley dropped by the Reset Era forums to dish out even more. He responded to a handful of skeptics yesterday, telling those who say that there aren't major AAA reveals coming to wait for the show. You'd better not let us down on this one, Keighley. Seriously, like, you literally popped into forums to tell people that the hype train should be going. And on top of all of that, Keighley and THQ Nordic are both indicating that we should expect something from THQ Nordic as well. Well, we'll see how all of these teases play out when the Game Awards air tonight. Shit, yeah, that's tonight. I don't even have a watch on. Forget Black Friday and Cyber Monday. It looks like now is the time to save big on PlayStation hardware. Sony just announced that they'll be doing some special discounts from December 10th through the 16th on PS4 Pro and PSVR. The PS4 Pro is getting $50 knocked off, making it $350 instead of $400, with bundles dropping from $450 down to $400. Meanwhile, the PSVR is getting mega cheap. The Gran Turismo Sport bundle will wait. Seriously? It'll just be $200 down from $300? While the Doom VFR and Skyrim bundles will similarly get $100 discounts down to $300 and $350 respectively. Sony also announced that they've passed more than 70 million sales of the PS4 as of this week, with over 617 million PS4 games sold. On the VR front, they've moved past 2 million PSVR headsets sold, and all those numbers will no doubt get bigger through the holiday season thanks to these awesome price cuts. It's been all quiet on the Beyond Good and Evil 2 front since E3, but Ubisoft finally gave us a couple more details courtesy of the brand new Space Monkey Report livestream. In the inaugural edition of the stream, the developers, well, they didn't really give us too many concrete things about the game, but they did talk a bit generally about the world and what they want for players. Creator Michel Ancel said that he wants the game to do something much more major with immersion and traveling throughout the galaxy. He also hinted that it's not necessary to play the first game to enjoy the second, however, it won't be totally separate, because you'll apparently discover more of the past of the first game's main characters. We'll all look forward to playing this game sometime, next decade. So far. Despite the existence of a new Tomb Raider game being leaked ages ago, Square-Enix has remained silent about the next game in the rebooted saga until today. The company finally announced that a new Tomb Raider game is coming. Yeah, but unfortunately we won't be hearing more about it until next year, which is less than a month away, technically. So maybe sooner rather than later. The official Tomb Raider Twitter account wrote this morning, Square-Enix is excited to share some big news with you next year. Honestly, we wish we could share it with you right now, but we're taking a new approach this time. A new Tomb Raider game is coming, driven by our goal of putting our fans first. We want to know that it won't be very long between the official reveal and what you can play. Everybody loves Bitcoin right now, but Valve is done with the currency and will no longer be accepting it on Steam. They made the announcement yesterday, citing the cryptocurrency's high fees, up to $20 per transaction, and the volatility as the major reason for the change. But hey, apparently you can buy some right now from G2A, because they're now offering Bitcoin vouchers. Yeah, it's getting really weird out there. Bitcoin might be worth $1 bajillion, but how much is it really worth if you can't even buy games with it? That's the question PC gamers and Bitcoin barons will no doubt ask themselves as they cry themselves to sleep tonight on their money beds. It looks like Rick and Morty's co-creator Justin Roiland's VR studio, Squanch Games, is renaming itself. In what's not really a shock to anybody, Roiland and the gang have decided on this change in order to avoid legal disputes from some, lesser-known game company out there called Nintendo. Yeah, that's probably a smart move. Roiland and company wrote, "We've recently discovered a video game-related company with a similar name to our former name. We never could have predicted the discovery of a video game entity with such a similar name. What a surprise to us. We were shocked and surprised. So we decided in order to avoid confusion, we are changing the back half of our name. We are now Squanch Games." Hooray! They also teased that their first game could get its reveal during the pre-show for tonight's Game Awards, so once again, stay tuned. If you've never played Tom Clancy's The Division, well, now is a good time to start. You can play it for free until December 10th on the PC, PlayStation 4, and the Xbox One, and then, if you decide to buy the game, your progress is saved too. If you've never played The Division, it's an online-only action RPG that's set in New York after the outbreak of a smallpox pandemic, and your job is to help rebuild while also fighting crime and investigating what caused all the commotion. It definitely feels like Ubisoft is trying to lure players back because the game also just got a massive free update recently too. The 1.8 update includes a huge new zone, a new PvE mode, a new 4v4 PvP deathmatch mode, and new exotic weapons and more. If you do buy the game after the free trial, it's pretty heavily discounted too, up to 70% according to Ubisoft, so get out there and kill your friends in the Dark Zone, everybody. Actually, don't do that because it makes you bad. Pokemon Go might not be as popular as it used to be, but the updates just keep on coming. A big update just added 50 new monsters, including Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, and more. Those are all from Gen 3, which we first saw arrive in the app a few months ago as part of a Halloween event. In a trailer announcing the update, developer Niantic also mentioned Swablu, Wailord, Salamence, and Phoebus. Those are some awesome Pokemon. Oh, and also, the update added dynamic weather conditions, so if it's raining outside, it'll be raining in the game too, which will affect which kinds of Pokemons will appear. For example, if it's snowing, you may find more Snorunt. It'll also affect things like Pokemon's combat power and the amount of Stardust you earn from catching one. So yeah, that's pretty cool that they're still adding a bunch of stuff to that game that, you know, someone dismissed as a fad, but it's still sticking around. Probably because it makes a lot of money. We've got our Pikachu for the upcoming Pikachu movie, and I'm sorry, Danny DeVito fans, grab your handkerchiefs because it's Deadpool. Yes, it's Ryan Reynolds. He is signed on to star in the upcoming Detective Pikachu movie, and he will be joining Justice Smith and Catherine Newton, who have also been announced. We don't know much about the live-action movie, but it'll apparently involve Smith's character teaming up with Pikachu to help find his kidnapped father, while Newton will play a journalist who helps them out. Meanwhile, the sequel to Deadpool that co-stars Josh Brolin as Cable hits theaters on June 1st of the next year. We've got some good news if you missed all those 6-second videos. It looks like Vine is coming back. Yes, the co-founder of the mini video app, Dom Hoffman, says that he's working on a follow-up to Vine. And then yesterday he tweeted out a picture of the app's V logo with a 2 beside it. You might remember the original Vine was so popular for a hot minute, then it was acquired by Twitter only to be shut down last fall. Apparently, Hoffman missed it though, saying that he's funding it himself as an outside project so it doesn't interfere with his other venture. It's a project called Innerspace, and nobody knows what any of that's gonna be either. He's a man of mystery. The value of Bitcoin is going through the roof these days, and it looks like some hackers have made off with a bunch of it. A hacker, or a group of hackers, has stolen a stash of Bitcoin worth more than $70 million. That attack came against the crypto mining marketplace NiceHash, which said that its payment system was compromised and the contents of its Bitcoin account have all been stolen. This comes as the price of Bitcoin is skyrocketing. It's worth more than $15,000 as of this morning, which might have been a factor in the hack. We don't know exactly how much Bitcoin was stolen, but by some accounts it could be more than 4,700 Bitcoin, which would be over 70 million based on current prices. Well, that is all the news we have for you today. Remember to comment on any of your favorite news stories in the comments below, and for more news from every corner of the internet, even the ones that have lots of Bitcoin, that's our favorite corner of the internet because money, remember to like this video and subscribe to the know. Thanks to Omaha Steaks for sponsoring this update. We've had Omaha Steaks as a sponsor before, so some of you may have tried them, and you know, they're pretty awesome for the holidays because this is the time of year where all the food comes out. Omaha Steaks is offering their family gift pack for $49.99, which is 75% off, and it contains so much stuff. 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 kielbasa sausages, 4 burgers, 4 potatoes au gratin, 4 caramel apple tartlets, which are my fave, a seasoning packet, and because that wasn't enough food, 4 additional kielbasa sausages. They've sent us this pack to us before, and it's enough food to feed a small army. We kind of fight over it in the office, and it gets real Hunger Gamesy up in here. I sent one to my parents last year, and they loved it. And if you want to snag the family gift pack for $49.99, just visit omahasteaks.com and enter our code, it's the know, all one word, in the search bar to bring it up.